Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the South Node, Sextile or Trine, Chiron in a natal chart. Now, one way this aspect may manifest in a natal chart is that the past, which is the South Node, may be a period in which you easily deal with emotional and physical related wounds, which is Chiron. Now, if Chiron is in Aries as an example of, emotional wounds may be tied in with simply, being confused about one's identity, one's place in the world. It may have been issues with confrontation or matters pertaining to, aggression or assertiveness. It can be, physical related wounds may be tied in with the head, the skull, the face, the brain, or the eyes is another example. Also, too, another way that this aspect may manifest in the natal chart is that you may easily incorporate healing, which is Chiron, with what you're, naturally proficient in, which is the South Node. Now, the South Node, is in Taurus as an example, you may be naturally proficient. It could just simply be generating income, accumulating possessions, resources. It may be doing something, Taurus related, whether it could be architecture, geology, banking, finance, doing something with art or music as some examples. And also, too, these aspects can indicate readily, balancing activities with what you're naturally proficient in, which is the South Node, and again, helping and healing others, which is Chiron. Now, if the South Node, is in Sagittarius as an example, things you're naturally proficient in may be tied in, with religion or publishing or advertising. Maybe it's simply, being able, to, bring optimism and hope to others. It may be tied in with philosophy or higher education, being that perpetual learner. And also, the same may apply to people that were prominent in your past, which is the South Node and helpers and healers. So as far as balancing the activities, with those people, it could be done very readily and really very easily without, having one, conflicting or clashing with the other. Now, let's say if the South Node is in Gemini as an example, one or more of those people prominent in your past may actually be a Gemini sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply embody the characteristics of the sign. It could be those that are very, versatile, diversified. It could be those that are loquacious, adaptable, clever, shrewd, articulate, eloquent, verbose, dexterous, but may also be, somewhat vacillating, contradictory, and mercurial as well. Now, also, two helpers and healers, which is Chiron, may be favorable and auspicious as far as your natural built-in abilities go, which is the South Node. Now, if the South Node is in the zodiac sign Cancer as an example, natural built-in abilities, it could be tied in with caring and, for others. Maybe it's something connected with nurturing, being protective. It could be home-related, introverted activities, doing something, Cancerian-related, whether it could be home remodeling, renovation, real estate, interior decoration, cooking, restaurant, culinary work, doing something with home caregiving as some examples. Now, also, too, another way this aspect, these aspects can indicate is that the first half of life, which is the South Node, may be a time where you can easily deal, with the deepest wound, which is Chiron. Now, let's say, if Chiron is in Leo as an example. That deepest wound may be tied in. It could be with lack of attention, getting lauded, praised, receiving notoriety, recognition for one's efforts. Maybe matters connected with pride and ego, as some examples. Maybe it had to do, with being overconfident or just lacking the confidence, in matters. Maybe there were issues with children. Now, also another way, these aspects may be expressed in a natal chart is that people that, have played an integral role in your past, which is the South Node, may be beneficial in dealing with issues connected with depleted self-esteem, which is Chiron. Now, if Chiron is an Aquarius, as an example, issues with depleted self-esteem may be tied in with friendships, groups, clubs, organizations. It may be some issues, as far as integrating with society. There may be feelings of ostracism from society. Maybe there's some issues in terms of expressing ingenuity or one's unique side. Also, to diminished self-worth and suffering, which is Chiron, may be issues, that, you readily can leave behind, which is the South Node. Now, if you have, let's say Chiron and Libra as an example, there may be, issues with diminished self-worth and suffering that were tied in with relationships or marriage, or maybe something, finding the balance, the harmony, the peace in one's life, matters with, what's equitable, what's fair. There may have been legal issues. Losing a legal battle may have been tied in with diminished self-worth. And also the same may apply for physical related wounds, which is Chiron, as far as being able to, leave them behind, with less difficulty than most people. Now, let's say, if Chiron is in Scorpio as an example, there may have been some physical related wounds, connected with the colon, the prostate, the bladder, the urinary tract, the reproductive system, as some examples. And also, too, those pivotal in one's past, which is the South Node, may be advantageous in matters connected with pain and anguish, which is Chiron. Now, let's say, if Chiron is in Capricorn as an example, there may have been, some emotional pain and anguish. So, the person may have dealt with connected with success, social status, stature in life, one's career, livelihood. It could be business-related matters. Maybe it was about being the authority in one's life. May have been physical-related issues connected with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings, the gallbladder. Now, also, helpers, healers, spiritual people, and even astrologers, which is Chiron, may be auspicious as far as what you're trying to get away from, which is the South Node. Now, if the South Node is in Pisces, as an example, there may be, unrealistic outlook, that, drifting quality that someone may be trying to get away from, confusion, ambivalence, or there may have been some addictive tendencies that the person may be trying to get away from, as, some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying stay well.